we are back again into your homes. All we say is thank you for staying glued to your television set and making sure that we are #1 in your homes. My name is Roslyn Felly, and this is the Sith Says. You know, it's not just about me, but we have great ladies that we all talk about great topics that keeps you talking in your homes. Arba Kumsit is right here. Hey, Boo.
Always good to see you.
Oh, darling. I know
and
you
guess
miss
who we
me.
have here today?
Tell
Our
us,
guest.
tell us.
Our guest.
Tell us.
Our guest.
Tell us.
Should we tell you?
Yes.
Ekuma Mama Zimbi.
Akuma!
I'm expecting the medasi.
It's going to come, baby. Meda.
Welcome, Akuma. And we know the show is definitely going to be on a different level today, having Akuma here with us. And of course, you know, also for mommy. Also.
Good to be here one more time.
Anyway, so you know what? Now you know every time we get seated, we have our studio audience in the building. Whoa! Now you know we are going to get interactive, so whatever we talk about here will definitely come to you to take your opinion on it. Now today we are discussing 3 topics, and it's still on the economy. It is tough. We know the situation is tough, Araba.
It is.
Can we fix it?
We can. There's hope.
There is hope?
Of course. I mean, the other countries have, experienced worse, far worse than what we're experiencing. And they're doing okay now.
Now, one thing that we know is that as of now, we are owing to a tune of 450 billion US dollars. But the borrowing isn't stopping anytime soon. Can we ever get back to our feet is the question we are asking. But we'll be talking about that right here on the show. Also, we'll talk about hookup, girls and boys. Is it a new thing when we talk about prostitution? It's a question to ask the gods, isn't it? And the last thing that we'll talk about is that shot. It's a new trend that every lady is trying to get so they can get maximum orgasm, like multiple orgasm. Ooh, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
And you're welcome back to The Sixth Sense, where you get to hear the perspectives of intelligent, beautiful sisters of mine. And today there's so many issues that we're going to be talking about. But of course, we start off with the one that is affecting all of us. All of us, our pockets are affected one way or the other because the economy is in dire straits. I mean, right now, it's challenging times for us. And I'm sure you're all feeling the pinch in your pockets. It's all because of government's handling of the economy. And of course, I mean, part of it is how much it is borrowing. It has borrowed so much that it has had to seek, help from the International Monetary Fund. We'll be getting into that, but before that, you know that this program is brought to you kind courtesy of Onga. Is that not so now?
Yeah, Onga. That's it. Now, good food brings good memories. That is why taste matters, and Onga is the taste master. Yeah. As taste masters, we give every meal that superior taste. A wide range of Onga flavors assures you of a superior taste and an irresistible aroma. Why don't you get your Onga powders, the stew 3 mix, which is a combination of ginger, onions, and garlic, a classic and chicken. Oh yes, and for the Onga tablet, the shrimp, the chicken, the beef, and the stew. I don't know which one you love, but yes, you love all.
Yes.
I love the classic. I'll tell you more about it. Now, we have a flavor for every meal anyway. This is just what we need for an Ongalicious meal. And by the way, Ongalicious is the new delicious. Onga, Mama's helping hand. Ilele. What's it? Can you just say that?
Ilele.
You hit it. Great. Okay, so let's delve into our first topic, which is Ghana's rising debt stock and continuous borrowing by government. Now, this is not news file or any serious program. This is a lifestyle program. So you'd be wondering why we're talking about Ghana's rising debt stock and government's constant borrowing. It's affecting all of us. That's why we're talking about it. First of all, why are we where we are right now? Why has the debt risen so high? I mean, just to put it simply, it's because of our capital expenditure. And when I say capital expenditure, I'm talking about, you know, the roads, the hospitals, the schools that government is constructing. It costs a lot of money to put together these things. As you know, government says that it has embarked on what it calls the year of roads. So everywhere across the country, it is constructing roads, and it is expensive to build roads. And so because they are pushing so much money into this, perhaps they didn't anticipate that they'll be spending so much money on all of these capital projects. And so the debt stock has risen. And
So where are the roads?
say again?
Where are the roads?
They're still under construction.
Okay.
You know about the free SHS policy.
All right.
That costs a lot for
Yeah,
government.
if
That's
you
a
say
huge
free
expense.
SHS, I'll say fine. If you talk about roads,
Why, you can't see the roads anywhere?
They're
The
not
roads
done.
under construction?
have you
It
seen
is
them?
not done.
Not in time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the feedback a lot of people give when they say year of roads. So where are the roads?
Exactly. Like, I'm just wondering where the roads are, because my road is that bad. They tell us all the time in the newspapers that they are reconstructing or they are fixing the motorway. And anytime I apply, the motorway is in a very bad state.
There are
So I'm
manholes,
just
not even
wondering.
It's never been fixed
Man,
before.
Never.
it's not.
Never.
So what
And
they do
it's
is
now a debt trap.
what they do is that when there are holes there, they just go and fill it up with
Oh
something that is not really, you know, permanent.
Do you know how many holes
And then
are on the motorway,
problem-
and they never fill even 2% of that? Anyway,
And
continue
in
with
any
your
case,
submission.
so for the motorway, that's just by way of information, there's a road fund that's been set up to, you know, address these problems. When there are potholes, when you need to, you know, refill
So who
roads and
fills
all
the
of
fund?
that.
But where are
The
those
road
monies?
fund, the monies are diverted to other things.
Like
they're not used for
like
roads.
So what?
divert to
Other
other
things.
things like
No, other things, like for example, if you need like NHIS, pushing it to the NHIS or
Oh,
pushing
boy.
it elsewhere, but not specifically for what it was, you know,
Who is
set up
pushing
for.
our roads money into NHIS? Because
Sometimes
I,
government has a lot to bear, and so they feel like the roads is not a priority right now. So right now, if we are getting money from the road fund, rather than use it on, you know, fixing the roads, why don't we use it on, you know, healthcare? So for example, building a hospital somewhere in the village.
which
where
hospitals have
people-
been built that you know?
That's the question we need to ask.
Okay.
Need to ask. But Ekumama Zimbi, I'm sure that you're feeling the pinch of the economy. Government says that really they can't be blamed because one, COVID struck, and so they needed to spend a lot of money. They didn't have a lot of money. They needed to borrow. Also, this Russia-Ukraine war that has come is affecting us, and so all of these factors combined, you know, have led to them borrowing more, and then obviously our debt stock is rising.
Araba, you know what we call an answer story?
and I sense to soul.
And it seems so. That's all they've been telling us. And they're not serious. They keep giving COVID as an excuse. What war? What hasn't
Ukraine,
happened?
Russia.
What hasn't happened?
But didn't COVID affect us?
It did.
It affected
But
the
not
whole
just
world.
Africa, especially Ghana. The whole world got into COVID. They came out. Things are happening. What are we doing? What are they using the money for? Our leaders are self-concerned people. They only think of themselves. Maybe their wives and their kids. And that's end of story. If not, today, you wouldn't go to Kolebu, 37, Konfanochi, Zikofaridua, all the government hospitals. You wouldn't see pregnant women lying on the floor.
But
When
there
you talk
are those-
about roads, what's happening? It's just killing us.
So you're saying that government has no right to be borrowing,
I mean,
or we,
borrowing for
we
what-
shouldn't
what-
have gotten to the point that we are right now.
You see, the fingers are not equal. We need to borrow. It is good to borrow. But then, when you go to borrow the money, you use it for what you went for. But when the money comes, like the saying goes, it's easier said than done. So when we are going in for the money, oh boy, they will get it. It's like somebody wants something from you, Rosalind, or sweetheart, or that one. But see, when I want something from you, how to get it, I'll get
Yes,
it.
yes.
But paying back
Yes.
is a problem. Like boyfriend and girlfriend situation.
Hey,
You are so beautiful.
Oh my days, tell
I
her.
am
Definitely
going to
go
die
there.
for you.
Oh my days.
But when your senses don't get you right, and you open up for him to get in, That's end of story.
Oh. Can we ever stop borrowing?
I think we are just being insensitive.
That's
Because you go for the money, we are not even seeing the results. We're not seeing the yields. What are we doing with the money in the first place? So you see, someone, if you go and you borrow and they give it to you, and you use it profitably, you can easily go back for more. But in Ghana, we go and nothing happens. So if I were to be at the top, I would suggest that let us just stop borrowing, because you're not using it.
I'm not sure we can entirely stop borrowing. I mean, every country borrows, even the rich
But
countries.
we are
they
not
borrow.
using it judicially, if you ask me.
So if we don't have the money and we are not using it judicially, would it be the right way to go by stopping, not borrowing
Stop.
at
The
all?
one that you went for.
The country will grind to a halt.
Do
don't
something
think
about
so.
use that money.
I think
Try
that-
to start from somewhere. If you ask, just start from somewhere.
You know-
you can't just keep borrowing and do nothing with the monies that you borrow.
But the point I'm making is that even rich countries like America, they borrow. America borrows.
In fact, we
from-
all borrow.
But they use it
you should
wisely.
use it exactly. We all borrow, but use it wisely. We are not doing that here.
Okay, so I think the issue is to do with transparency. I think that as of now, nobody is being transparent with us. Are we holding the government accountable? Even as of now, when the people, the majority are, I'm not saying majority in parliament, I'm talking about Ghanaians, are calling for the head of the finance minister, nothing is being done about it. So are we holding them accountable enough that we say that we put you in power, we don't want ABCD, take the person out and bring somebody else, nothing is being done. So transparency is lost. The money comes in, we are told money is used to do ABCD. Is it transparent enough? We don't know. Now, one reason why I'm saying this is because when the finance minister went to IMF, he presented a different case scenario to the IMF and presented a different case scenario to the parliament and said that out of, when it comes to auditing, is what I have to tell you is what I tell you. When I go here is what I tell them. So I can tell them full case, and here I can do it half and half. So the transparency is not
It's
really
not there. So if the other leaders know about it, why don't they face it? Why don't they fix it? Why don't they ask him that why are you taking us through like this? Should he always be in the dark corner? Who is suffering? We are suffering.
To be fair, I mean, he's being held to account, which is why a lot of Ghanaians are calling for him to be, you know,
But what's
dismissed.
happening?
But that, at the end of the day, it's the one who fires and hires you, who is the president, who has the decision, the ultimate decision. So they can go through, just last week, I think they went through a censure hearing,
Yeah.
you know, to try and get him out. At the end of the day, all Parliament can do is recommend to the president that we think that you need to
And it's taking
dismiss him.
too long.
The president can decide, I will not
A
take
China
your
joke.
decision. Yeah,
It's
he
taking
can-
too long.
He can decide
It's
not
not
to take
cold.
it.
But I don't think it's all Parliament can do is to go to the president. Parliament has the right to vote him out. And this is a case where we are seeing the NPP party saying that their members in Parliament should not vote. And if minority votes, that 123 is not enough. They need nothing less than 147 votes. So who is going to put a vote down there if they decide not to vote? So it means that he's still going to be there. Don't forget that the president did say that we should allow the man to go to IMF before we take him out. If he goes to IMF and everything is fixed, who's taking him out? He's staying.
At the end of the day, let me just ask this question. At the end of the day, the monies that we are borrowing will definitely pay, huh?
You don't have a choice. Even your
Exactly.
children will pay.
So if we keep doing this, then another party comes to power. Doesn't mean that that party is going to inherit the debt.
Of course.
You
Government
see,
is
so-
a
that's what-
continuum.
and that's what they've been
why I
doing.
said we are
It's a
not being,
continuum.
we're not being sensitive enough. That's why.
You know your children are owing, right?
How?
You don't know?
How?
If we share the amount of money that we are owing
No,
right
we're
now,
not going to share
your
it.
child is owing about
Abba
30
says we're not going to share.
30,000 Ghana cedis
Yes.
right now. Did
Abba
you know
says
that
we're
you're
not going
owing
to share.
30,000 Ghana cedis? Let me come to my studio audience. What do you have to say about this? Who wants to talk first?
Okay.
All right, so you mentioned your name for us.
Okay, I'm Daniel.
All right, Daniel.
And then,
Is it on?
yes, it's okay.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know why I'm owing because right now
See, I don't know
they are
why I'm
chopping the
owing.
money and then they are going to say I'm rather owing too. That one, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you are owing. You are, because if the country is owing and you are a part of the country, you are owing.
Why don't they pay?
Why do you think we are in this situation right now?
They are chopping the money.
They are chopping the
They're
money.
chopping the money.
We
That's
don't
simple.
we don't
You
have
don't think
evidence
that
to
they are,
that. Though.
you don't think that they are using the money for the right uses?
I don't think so. They will just do something small and then cover up all the things they are doing.
Like what?
Let me see. Free SHS like this. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Without evidence.
Yes. Maybe they'll say they need 5 cities to go and build the school centers. Meanwhile, they just need like 50 pesos. So you see that then? They are shopping the money.
See, this is where it comes back to the
So bad.
transparency, because they might need that 5 city, but have they been open to the Ghanaian public to let them know that I did use the 5 city for A, B, C, D? So we will think that because you didn't open up to let us know what you used that 5 city for, you needed maybe 50 pesos, but you took 5 cities from us. Anybody else? Sorry, now you want to say something?
Do you think we are deliberately borrowing, and like he said, monies are being shared amongst ourselves because we know that, yes, we are in power, we need to make money, and at the end of the day, if we are out of power, we have the money already, and then the other party will come and, you know, inherit the debt. So do you think we are deliberately doing this? Because you're not even saying, when he mentioned free senior high, just coming to ask, like, is it there? Are people attending senior high free?
Is it free? Nothing is free.
well-
Parents are complaining. Huh?
See,
That they
but
don't
we
see
wait
the
for money for
freeness in
that.
this senior high school because they are spending money.
Exactly.
All
In
right,
fact,
so
there have been
which one is
calls-
free?
There have been calls for it to be reviewed because, I mean, all
No,
the
wait,
costs
Susan is
that...
saying something. Listen,
Uh-huh.
get the microphone. Yes?
So the fees are free.
Uh-huh.
Everything they pay inside are free. They get food to eat. But here is the case: the food they are eating now, as of now, it's not good. Let me say it that way.
But I know people take their chop boxes and things.
You can take
filled.
your chalk buses to the schools, but at least you have to also get food to eat. Good food. They are eating gari, and then oil. It's not good for the body itself. So I think they cover it out. They cover it up because they'll use free SHS as a means to get money. Meanwhile, they are not using it for the right means, as Nadu said. They are not using it profitably. They are just using it to cover it up. So I think it will be very difficult if we can stop borrowing.
Okay, let me play the devil's advocate, because sometimes what the government says is that it's unable to raise enough revenue, like generate enough revenue from taxes. For example, one policy that they wanted to implement was the e-levy. I'm sure you all know about the e-levy.
Yeah.
So the
I
e-levy...
hear they are changing it now.
Exactly. So just
Reducing it.
today, the finance minister announced that they're reducing it from
Yes.
1.5 to 1%. But they initially started from 2.5. And people were kicking against it, you know. So
I was
this is
waiting
one
for
of
you
the-
to say without a threshold. There's no more 100 cities. If you send 10 pesos,
Yes.
you are paying on the 10 pesos.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, these are ways that government can raise money. And that's one argument they will make, that we are borrowing heavily because we can't raise enough money because people don't want to pay taxes. And you know that a lot of people don't like paying their taxes. They rather cut corners, you know, and pay, you know, how do you call
Behind.
it, Goro boys, rather than actually paying.
Anyway,
Let's be real.
people,
It's true.
Well, we want to go on a break, okay? With this particular topic, we can discuss it, but I don't know if there will ever be a solution to it. We are just hoping
Never
that
be a solution.
there will be, but
There will never
doesn't
be.
look like it. So it looks like your grandchildren are going to be owing. We'll be right back. After
And
this
that's when,
break.
You're welcome back. You're still watching The Sixth Sense here on Joy Prime, and we've been discussing Ghana's debt, whether we can stop borrowing, what are we using the monies for. So if you missed, we are sorry, but there is another interesting topic that you would want to be part of. We're looking at the influx of hookup guys and girls. Is it the new level of prostitution? So I hook a girl for you, but do they hook girl to girl? Is it happening? Girl to girl?
Well, I mean,
Boy
now
to
they,
boy.
they go in pairs.
okay. Really? How's
You
that?
see,
Akuma, tell us.
I'm telling you.
I didn't know about this. I have to ask.
Yes, yes. She's
They,
explaining.
they go in pairs. You, my friend. So the hookups, we do it on the social,
There's
even-
an app.
Not app.
On
but-
social media.
Yeah, on social media.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, you can get beautiful, handsome,
Oh.
you know, to hook up. Facebook, WhatsApp. I mean, all the groups.
Okay.
So we are together, right? So whilst I'm discussing, I'll tell the guy, Charlie, my sister today, I'm beautiful, you know. So, oh, sir, so you are how many? We are 3 beautiful friends. We are sisters. We are coming. And then you know the interesting thing, the pictures which they see there, they are not original. You go and meet the guy and say, hey, Radhi, my new You know, my cousin does Uber.
So that's the
my
the price
cousin
you pay
does
for that.
Uber. And then I wouldn't mention the area, but they got there and then it's like the conversation was, hey, so the lady called the guy and then so then the guy gave the description that I'm in yellow and blue shirt. So when they go say Rati, yeah, wait a minute, man, come on, macra, pay many. Yeah, driver, dear. Then driver say, no one knows there be a hookup here. You know, so I don't know what is coming. I don't know what is happening.
Like,
Listen,
why do they do it?
So
Do
the
they do it
question-
for money
The
or?
question is, the question is if it's another level of prostitution, you know. So others will say it's not. Others will say yes, it's another
It
level.
is.
But if you ask,
The thing is,
If you
what,
ask
what
me,
is
it is.
prostitution?
it is.
Prostitution is
giving yourself away
having
for money.
sex and getting paid.
Yes.
That
With
is
different men and different women.
So it is prostitution. The only difference between this and the other one is that you don't stand by the roadside.
That's all.
This time round, we've gone international.
Yes.
We've advanced. We're in a digital
using
world.
technology.
And even the roadside, the roadside is gone.
We are
You go straight to the house.
digitalization.
No.
So we digitalize the hookup
Rosalind,
now.
Rosalind. Now the prostitution is in about tenfold.
Let me sit well.
Okay.
Open your
The
ears, everybody.
prostitution is in about tenfolds.
Wow.
We have those that in the hood. All right, when everybody is gone to work, like the house girls and house boys. When master, madam is not in, the house is theirs, and then they do it. I mean, they make love to themselves, cook, eat, drink, and like they are bossu.
Hey.
That is when you, the woman in the house, your 5 sense or the 6th sense as you're watching is not working. And you leave everything to the house help to do everything for you. Now, when you are out, she calls a friend or call, madam or call. Mene magajia, so come home. She will cook every drink. You don't even go to the store and check your stock. All she does is, madam, this is finished though. That is finished though. You don't, because you are busy looking out for money, that even your kids will not come and enjoy.
I see.
You understand? So that is one level. The second level is those who dress nicely, go to the offices, and then she will tell you, oh, this is the business I'm doing. Then when she gets to you like tete-a-tete, oh boss, it's difficult. I have 3 kids. There's something I can do. So even if you can help me. And then they're meant to, when they see beautiful things, then easy. So for me to give you the money free, then it has to happen. That level is there. We even have those who go to the church places and then lure some of the pastors who are not really godly.
Hey! What?
My sister, their dressing alone, their makeup alone, the kind of perfume. I'll see the man of God for consultation after church. And if you don't know God and you are not strong, in your office, that lady, that woman will rape you beautifully, nicely, romantically.
Is there anything like beautiful rape?
Oh yes, because you will not scream. You would enjoy. And by the time you say Jack, everything about you is gone.
That's true.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, we are hearing levels of prostitution.
Yes.
I didn't know this.
Before this
levels.
hook. And then we have, you see, sometimes on social media, let me tell you, I am a beautiful young girl into lady, into woman, right? Sometimes there are bodies that they show. They are selling themselves and they get the men to get them.
How?
I am telling you.
How do they do it?
How they do it?
Yeah.
But they front their body
Okay.
with just some, little lingerie or something, and the person will be fronting, be shaking and that. The guys will call them.
Okay.
They chat with them. Another level of prostitution. If that's not the case, why do you want to go and pay? To get something that God didn't give to you. I don't want to be mentioning things. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
You get me?
We get
It
you.
is prostitution. crystal clear prostitution. I am telling you. And you can't say a hoot about it. Okay? Yes. Hey, Charlie, this girl. And then the threesome and the foursome are going on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Foursome?
Oh, yeah,
They move
because
from
the
three?
lady alone can hook, the guys. And you forgotten that
Then
when they go,
we can confidently say that that's the person's job. I mean, like, that's your profession.
it's gone to a next level, oh, my
So
dear.
wait,
But what causes
Akuma,
it? Is it,
right
is it
after-
poverty?
It's not poverty. It's laziness.
How is it laziness?
It's lazy. You don't want to work.
Okay.
And if you're not
Look.
content,
Yes, with what you have. If you come from a poor background, a poor home, where will you get the money to, bleach, be on the hill, get certain things, and be flipping things? So when I go in a corner, I can take the level, you wait me at a plot, you can get a car. Like they will flee somebody from Ghana to Dubai to just go and do 30 minutes and come back. Eh?
But Akuma, let me ask you, when they do this, do they keep the relationship going or is one night stand?
Oh, if you're not serious, you see, if you go with me, you should be able to provide my needs. I'll not wait for you when you give me excuses, man. Because the world is changing. Every day there are new things, right? This phone, 14 will come, 16 will come, 20 will come.
she would want to have it.
She want to have it, so if you can't provide,
To move
are
on.
we married?
No, no.
Come on.
Arabs, what's
Yes.
your take on it?
Well, I mean, I didn't realize it was such a growing phenomenon. I mean,
Oh.
it's
an open
sad. I
game.
think it's really sad and disappointing because, and there's this suggestion that the youth, well, most young people today, they don't want to get their hands dirty. They don't want to like work and put in the hard work. They want things easily, So it's possible that this thing is happening, but how do we stop it? How do we minimize it? Because at the end of the day, the main thing they're looking out for is money, right? They're looking for money. Money is what drives this. And so if they don't have money, how else can they make money? That's the question. How else can they make money? By, doing the work. But since they don't want to do the work, put in the effort, it means that we're going to be seeing more and more of this. And it's worrying.
You know, one thing I say is that social media is the reason for this hookup. It's prostitution has been fought over the years, trying to get the girls off the streets in order to prevent it from happening.
Yeah.
The sad part is that nobody is able to get them off the streets.
At all.
Unfortunately, the police are standing next to them. When the police, they are tired, they even call them and they go do whatever
Thank
they want to
you.
do with them. Hookup is not stopping because of social media. Now we have so many people on social media who are flaunting wealth that is not theirs, wealth that they didn't even earn it legally. And the young ones don't know that this is fake life. The young ones don't know that this is it. To the young ones, it is this. It is the hookup. That is how they're surviving. I remember, recently there's a lady who's been arrested and nobody even thought that the lady was into that. Every woman, young girl was thinking that, oh, there's a man who is financing her. And so there were young girls who wanted to do what she's doing
Yes.
just because they thought men were financing. Oh, I want to sleep with this man because I hear this man is financing her. Oh, I want to sleep with that man. And they actually pick up their phone and call other people to tell them, to link them to ABCD men because
Oh,
they
yes.
hear these men pay. And listen, these girls are out there looking for the men who pay. They
Yes.
ask. They ask.
As young as they are.
Ask. And so they'll pick up a
Oh
phone
my
and
God.
call Araba, oh, I heard this man pays. He's your friend. Is it true? And you say, oh, yeah, I know he's dating some girl, but he even pays in dollars. Oh, can you link me?
Wow.
Yeah, and then you link them. And that's what's happening. And so with social media and what we're seeing on social media, Araba, unfortunately, it's not going to end anytime soon. What we have to do as parents is probably to encourage our children, to pray for them, to talk to them,
Talk to them. It's very important.
advise them, to let them understand that what you see on social media is not the real life, and that you ought to work hard for your money.
Maybe
and your money.
80% is not the real life
Yeah.
on social media. All right? 80%. It's not right. It's wrongdoings.
And Rosalind,
Akuma, yeah.
to the youth, sometimes if you see someone making it and the person is earning a lot of money, the person drives big cars, you should find out the source of,
Wealth.
the wealth. You understand? Like I mentioned, we are not content. You see this person making it, and I'm tempted to say that, you know, sometimes you see people and you're like, oh, and they have side jobs. Some of them have side jobs. You know, aside the now we can confidently say it's prostitution. Some of them have side jobs. She's got this cosmetic shop.
Oh, that one is only
that she has opened.
But that's
You
not what
think
is
that is
bringing
the
the money.
source of her wealth, but it's just a cover up.
Yes.
It is not, because you see, I wonder if the place doesn't get tired anyway.
It
Which
does.
place are you talking about?
It does. It does.
Please clarify
And
for us.
it does get tired.
I don't want to go there.
It does get old. There are teeth in our vagina.
They're what?
There are teeth in our vagina. There are walls in our vagina. Now, when you put in, out, in, out,
Eish,
it wears out. You understand?
Yes.
That is why when you're growing, the doctors will tell you, or the midwife will tell you, you need to do the Kegel exercise.
Yeah. To tighten the
To-
muscles.
yeah, to tighten the muscles up. The muscles become weak
Yeah.
because that man is drunk, and you are also drunk. Maybe you smoked or you've sniffed something, okay? And because you need a lot of money, you want to do what you cannot do. My dear, they are dying. And for all of you to know, before we thought prostitution was done at night, midnight. Now it is done every time, every day. Morning, mid-morning, afternoon, evening.
Mid-afternoon.
So
Anytime it's happening.
I can take my bag, dress like a corporate woman.
Like this, your dress.
And then I'll have my bag, and I'll go to do that thing.
It's happening.
Wait.
And you can get it
Now,
across
why
every
do you
job.
have to wear a special dress to go and do something?
No, I mean, because some people
level,
you
is
think that
this is a
they're
corporate
really
dress.
doing
But a corporate
some-
dress, you
No,
take it
the
off.
point that she's making is that
You don't get it. They
you see
dress
someone
as if.
wearing a corporate attire. You
Yes.
don't think that they would do any such thing.
But that's what they do.
they do it.
Thank you.
They do it.
This is how it is. Now this is how it is.
Yeah.
And it's the same way that we had a perception that somebody who doesn't go to church is the only person that goes to the juju.
No.
It is the church elders.
Yes.
They know the juju
Everybody
men, their
go.
names. Yeah, they'll be sitting in church and WhatsApping the juju men.
Oh yes. It happens.
Interesting.
I think we should
happens.
go to studio
Yeah,
audience.
to the audience and hear
Exactly.
something that they have to say. What you guys have to say? Who wants to
Anyone
talk to us?
hasn't hooked up?
Okay.
Any hookup amongst us? Experience?
So
Your
I
name?
feel I'm Lydia.
All right, Lydia.
In time past, prostitution was something very difficult for someone to come out and say, I do prostitution for a living. But now it is at your doorstep.
That's right.
People are there organizing groups for young ladies and gentlemen to join. Yes, it can be free for ladies, maybe 50 cedis for men, and then
Did you
100 cedis for
mention
men.
an amount?
Pardon
There's
me?
an amount to it?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
For the men.
ladies,
The men.
ladies are free,
The men ought to
probably.
pay to come and see the beautiful girls.
Yes.
But
So
for the
right now-
ladies, it's free.
Yes, prostitution is just at our doorstep. You can be sitting at the comfort of your home, but you are in a group somewhere where you're exposing yourself to people and they are paying you. You going inside is free, whilst men coming in. If
Why
you want
do
to
think
join
people
the
are
group,
so bold to do it now? Why?
because it's something they are not ashamed of. They think it's normal. Because right now, because of social media, everything is normal.
Or
They've
the
normalized
economy is
everything.
hard.
It's part though.
It's part of it.
It's
It's part
part,
of it.
but yes, they are just branding it. So right now, it's very easy to practice. I think that is one of the reasons why when you go to Snapchat, TikTok, there are so many people.
So many things.
Yes.
I like what she said.
So
She said
I
they are
think-
now branding it. So it's prostitution, but it's branded as hookup.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound so
Rebranding.
judgmental.
Yeah.
Rebranding.
But it's the same
Rebrandable.
thing.
It's the
It's the same
same
thing.
thing.
Like we have so many ways in killing a cat.
Yeah.
You know,
We
so
kill
now
the
they are
cat.
killing the
Another way,
cat.
There's another way to
Anybody else?
Okay, so about the dressing, I think 2 years ago, there's this Liberian lady. She's been in Ghana for a very long time.
The
And
one with the
then-
tiny waist.
Sorry.
Is the one with the tiny waist?
kill.
No.
Oh no, put it there.
So she attends church. When she tells you she's into prostitution, it will amaze you.
I see.
But then she is an usher in the church.
Wow.
Me that's it.
Okay.
But then at night she goes about her duties. And when you see her, you would be amazed because her dressing would probably tell you that, oh, this is the kind of person she is. And moreover, she's an usher in church. So you can't say that the way somebody dress, then the person is good or bad. It's just a cover up.
I remember, when there was a documentary or there was an arrest of prostitutes or something somewhere last year or last 2 years. It was done, I think, by Joy News, and it was trying to find pastors' wives in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there were
Some of
pastors'
them.
wives in there who were arrested. They were standing at the roadside. Yes, prostitute. At night, pastor yere, or for mommy. So
but
you see,
she's
these
also a
things-
human being.
That's what I'm
But-
saying.
So
So we
was
can't.
she doing it for money, or she was doing it because the husband was not satisfying her?
I can't tell. But you see, another thing too is that the men, there's this thing, the escorts. When the big men travel, they organize these young girls for them, and they travel with them. They go escort them, keep their beds warm, and when they come back, they don't know them again,
Yes.
and they pay
That's
them.
end of story. It's like you've gone to, I don't want to mention any particular country, but you're gone maybe outside the country.
Like Qatar.
What? Oh, no, I haven't mentioned anything, right? But what I'm saying, maybe you're out of Ghana, right?
Okay.
And then she'll tell you, hey, come make love now. And after that, she'll tell you, if you see me say anything, I'm going to shoot you. You know, when it's done, that's end of
That's it.
story. Tomorrow or in 20 minutes, I don't know you. We haven't met before. And nothing is coming here. So, some men don't respect the ladies, and some ladies also don't respect the men. You see,
So it's just about the sexual act,
they have weighed the man,
the lust.
and they know the kind of money, what he can do. They know you. How? They are not at the banks, but they can tell you the money you have in your account. So who says it? Who tells them? Who says it and who tells them? Now, it dawned on us, the parents, again. It's about time that we are truthful to them. The world itself is not fair.
Yep.
And it is good for you to fall. But when you fall, you would get up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I have seen it before. So you as my daughter, I'll tell you that, hey, the way this morning, every morning you wake up and you want to, dress up before you come and sweep, that's not how it is. It means she or he has started seeing something. She's getting an interest somewhere. Okay? Up to now, me, when you give me food and I'm eating, if I don't finish eating, I can't take my fish or my meat. But that was the way I was trained. You finish eating before you go for your fish or your chicken or your goat or your money. I hope you understand. So I'll finish eating all my meal, then my food is there. So I don't eat with anybody. Because when I'm eating with you, you'll be eating and be taking the fish all day. And I am not like that. You can hide the fish.
Akuma, don't eat with me. Don't try it. Don't try it.
Okay. So you understand what I'm saying? So we need to open up to our children. That is why you have to be ready before you get into it. You don't get into it and then go back and say, oh, meti mi ahwe no, ti mi hwe no. You go to the man, and before that man gives you the money, look, they are not angels, they are not God. They don't fear God. And see, your uncle that you're going for him for help will want to break your virginity. Hey. Uncles and aunties and whatever are breaking their own blood's virginity. They'll pass you through. And by the time you get to 18, 20, 21, your body already knows it. Oh, you see, you've become a master on your own. And today you're a pro, Dada.
It's the pros in the system that is making the hookups good.
Yes.
We'll take a quick break on this note. When we come back, another conversation awaits you. Stay with us.
Wow, welcome back to the show, The Sixth Sense. I'm sure you enjoyed what we were discussing, the hookups. Sweetheart, forget about it. and focus on whatever you're doing. But the next level you're going to discuss, you will love it. But I will not tell you to go and do it because it's not going to help you. Those who are doing it are going to kill themselves in no minute. That is the shots.
The old shots.
Yes. Not everybody knows what the O shot is.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
The O shot.
I know.
Now,
I know
do you know what
that.
it
I know the O stands for orgasm, but what I know there's this injection,
Yes.
something.
Okay.
But the details probably Akuma or Rosemary will do that.
Oh, let's give it to the
A little that I know
Yes.
about the old short.
A little?
Yeah, little, because I had a conversation with somebody who actually administers it to people. Is an injection that they give to women who struggle to have orgasm. And so if you realize that you are that type of person who struggles, there are people who, you know, when they are younger, they can experience it. As they grow old, their libido drops. For others to, you know, even when they are young, they struggle to experience it. And for such people, they go to the expert to receive the injection. Now, it's not just one. It's mostly 3 shots. So you take your first shot, a month later, you come back to take the second shot, a month later, you come back to take another shot. When you do it like that, there's a high possibility it will last over a period. You can take one shot, which will last you probably like 2-3 months, and you go back to square one.
Really?
So you need, yes, so you need to take the 3 shots consistently.
How does that work? Because an orgasm is an instantaneous thing. I mean, you get it and then boom, and then it's done. So how do you get a shot and then
So
it lasts
when
3
you are
months?
taking the shot, you don't get orgasm taking your shot.
Okay.
You take your shot, then when you go back to your partner
Okay.
and you do the then you experience the orgasm.
Oh wow!
Oh, yes.
And it works.
So
I haven't tried
According
it.
to them, according to them, it works for them. But for me,
Okay.
this old short has been there years ago. You know, when you go to some countries, I don't want to, because we don't want to, you know, those who found that they are prostitutes, because they meet a lot of men. It gets to a time, you know, you get dry and you need the money. The money is heavy, so they go for it.
Okay.
But now we are introducing so many things into our country blindly that is going to kill us. You understand?
And this O shot is one of them, eh?
It is one of them.
But we had this
But
nothing like a
will
side
you-
effect, is it?
I haven't done it, so I don't know whether they have side effects or not. Yes, I haven't done it. But what I'm saying, will you get the money to be doing this every 2 months or in 3 months?
I think it'll be expensive.
So very soon, the fake ones will come. And you go and do the shots, and the orgasm will not come again.
Please, the short,
The
where
shot,
do they shoot?
I hear the shot.
You
is
go and
supposed
lie
to be
down,
like
and then they
tell us.
ejaculate.
Excuse me.
Tell us how they shoot.
I haven't done it, but I know, sir, it's happening.
Yeah.
So we see it, we read a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
You have to go and see a doctor.
Yeah.
They will book you, prepare you. So you would go and lie down there. Then you raise your legs, they open your thigh. It's like this. That's how it's going to be. The nurse and the doctor is there. And then they'll open your clit. But the particular place that is shot, I don't know, because I haven't done it. Rosalind, what?
Akuma, I didn't say anything. Well, from what the expert said, she said that they usually inject your clitoris.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where the injection goes. So you are injected in your clitoris.
What do they use to? They like blood, something like.
It's a
There's a medicine.
Yes,
There's a particular medicine for that.
for that, yes.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
an
they'll
injection.
numb the place, because I can imagine that
Oh,
area is
definitely the
very
place will be,
delicate.
yes.
Do
Very
you know
delicate.
that numbing the place means injecting the place? So are you going to take 2 injections? You are taking an injection and going, madam.
Hey,
People
but
are so
are
daring,
prepared
though.
to, yes.
People are so daring. Oh, for how many minutes? Excuse me. For how many minutes? Because if you're a mature person and you've married and you want to enjoy your husband or your wife, it should come from your mind.
Exactly. Exactly.
Orgasm is from the mind. And the varons, what your eye sees, the way you are received, the way you are talked to, the way, and naturally it has to come.
But stop laughing.
No, I'm looking at my audience. I mean,
You need to exercise your mind. You need to exercise your mind.
yes.
And Rosie, what are you talking about? You should know your body,
Exactly.
all right? So
I
the
think that's
feeling.
the problem. A lot of people don't know
You
their
don't know your
bodies.
body. You don't know where your feelings are. Some is between the fingers, the nipple, the ear, the eyebrows, the nose, the upper lip or lower lip, the tongue. Under your feet. In between your toes.
What's going on with that?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's going on with me? It's going on with me.
You see, the world is coming to an end, my sister. The world is coming to an
But
end.
Akuma, what if the person can afford it? Because there are people who are really struggling with orgasm, really struggling with orgasm. They can make the money, they can afford it. We hear a shot is 3,000 Ghana cedis. So
Okay.
if the person can, why do you look at me?
Fine.
That's a lot of
You know,
money.
let me take you back a bit, sweethearts. You know, we got to a level that those who were bleaching were taking pill.
They are still taking it.
Good. You know, it's giving them cancers.
Oh, really? Everything has
My
a side
sister.
effect anyway.
Of course.
course.
Of
Yeah.
course.
It's giving them cancers. So tomorrow next, this thing will also bring another problem.
Yeah.
And what they do, oh, Radhe, Lord have mercy. No, our children are not safe.
Yeah.
Because you see, it doesn't matter how you advise your ward.
Yeah.
When she leaves you for 30 minutes,
Yeah.
20 minutes, 15 minutes, you don't know the
The
person,
sort of
he
people
or
they
she,
mingle
Yeah.
with.
you know, and God. No, look, sometimes I
frustrating.
become so much emotional
So,
about these
so
things.
when
let me
did
just
those
find
who
out, Rosalind,
struggle
let me
with-
just find out from
yeah.
you. You said you have to take how many shots?
Three.
So what happens if you are not able to take the money is not that you can't take the.
So
That is
when
wasted.
when
You get
when
you
take
enjoy
your-
the first one.
Yeah.
The next
and
you
it-
come back to
How
zero.
long does it last?
I think it lasts about 6 months.
Oh, you've done the
Hey,
research.
sister,
Yeah.
what do
I actually
know?
spoke to somebody on my show,
Okay.
the
Oh,
morning
I see.
show, and that's what the person does.
Oh,
And she
okay.
did tell us more about it. Yes.
Oh, and are they highly sought after? Like, is it well
Highly.
patronized?
So people actually leave work like lunchtime, go get it and go back to work.
That's all.
Wow.
yeah.
And then
Maybe
when
people do it to save their marriages, because sometimes maybe if you're with your partner or your husband or wife and you're not
Araba, that is why you should marry the woman you liked before you loved. You don't love. I mean, you don't love before you like. You should like before you love.
Okay.
There should be trust. There should be understanding.
Oh, baby.
The teeth and the tongue will always quarrel, but you never cut one out. So the misunderstanding will come. So who have been talking to you? Who have you been listening to? What have you been watching? That when I do something, I say, I'm sorry, you don't want to take my sorry. When I'm smelling and you tell me, I say, sweetheart, thank you for telling me, because you are my first role model. If I have mad odor and my husband will not tell me, and because of that, he will go and look for another woman, then where is the love? When you needed the money I gave you, I went to my parents and got the money for you. I even didn't tell them that I was going to give that money to you because I loved you.
Oh.
Look at them.
I couldn't go to my university because you impregnated me. I never mentioned your name. You came back to marry me.
It's becoming all emotional.
And
now.
it got to a stage, you told me that you cannot go anywhere with me because I'm not educated.
Wow.
Look, our leaders leave their wives home every time and take these little girls that don't even know how to bath.
Sharp.
And then they spread money on them and they come out and they don't respect. And you look at them,
they
they are
the people
following
doing
them.
the hookup. They are the people doing the
Yes!
hookup more in this country. There are people doing the hookup
And
more
those
in
are
this
the
country.
people you want to
Ministers
follow
and-
on social media.
Well, can I come to you guys? Let's talk about the old shots. I mean, I'm lost with it. I don't know how many of you will ever want to try an old shot. Even if you
No,
will, will you
Roslyn, tell them it is there, but they shouldn't go and do it. It's the empowerment we are giving them now.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, different things will come. Look, there will be a time you have to go and shut your tongue. So that when the guy is kissing you, he or she will never stop kissing you.
Wow.
Things are going to come. But it's the empowerment and the foundation that will be needed. Your sense should tell you.
Let me take your opinions on it.
Okay, please. My name is Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer.
Okay, what I know about the orgasm shot is when a woman experiences low libido and have painful intercourse and then vaginal dryness. That's what I know about the orgasm shot.
This one, if your vagina is dry, doesn't make it wet too. It wants you to enjoy it. You see, the enjoyment,
Yes, that's what it is. No, that's what it is.
Look, your friend is saying menopause is there. All right, naturally. And it's not every woman when she gets to a menopause that does not enjoy sex. No.
Yeah, that's true.
Others enjoy it.
Yeah.
And those of you that you're not enjoying, go and see your doctor.
Are you in your menopause? So you're saying you're
Oh, no, I have read about it. In
There
fact, I
are,
read
you know,
somewhere, I don't know.
lubricants that your husbands can use.
You can confirm this for me. I've read elsewhere that sometimes when women are actually in their 40s or even early 50s, that's when their libido actually increases.
Some of them, not
Some of them.
everybody.
Not everybody, yes. Whilst others, the libido is decreasing. Others going up.
And sometimes the experience is the best teacher.
I am not speaking from experience, please.
All right, so it's you see, we cannot change the world, but you can choose to follow it or leave it.
Right.
What will work for you? It's all about you, not someone else. As we are seated, we've all dressed comfortably. All right, I'm in my hair gear. I've been doing it for years. She does this, she's done that, you know, and everybody's looking so beautiful, right? If you decide that, hey, open media now, there's something to it. Around my head, there are no hair. It's all gone. All right?
Do you want to show us?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Some time ago, I did it, I put it on Facebook and people were, it trended a bit. Hey, not knowing Akuma, all around her head. The
You
hair,
have a
the
reason
hair.
for doing what you do.
Yes. That's what I'm paying for. And I love it. All right? Do you understand what I'm saying? So before you take a step into something, it's like business. Before you invest into something, you should know the outcome, what you are going to get. Although there are ups and downs in businesses. All right? Maybe you want to produce AMZ bread. Now everybody is producing the bread. What will you make different? Would you add some egg somewhere, or you want to do something and add to it? The things will come, but it's up to you to decide.
So I guess the question that we ought to be asking is, why? What's the motive? Why do people actually do it? Is it because they're struggling with their marriages and so they feel that they need to do this to save their marriages?
If you ask me,
or
I'll
is
say
it because it's just a trend, it's a craze, and
that's
people
what I was
want
gonna say. You know, if you ask me, it's two things: it's a trend and it's the saving. You know, people are doing it because it's trending. I want to give it a try. That's what a lot of people do. This is what the kind of world we are running now. The second thing is, yes, people are also doing it because if it can save my marriage, it can save my relationship, it can save my happiness. So these are the two things. Somebody wants to talk in the audience. You want to say
Okay,
something?
sure.
Okay, I'm Emmanuel.
Okay, Mano.
And today's my first time hearing the orgasm shot. And I don't believe or think that is a good thing.
Okay.
Because in everything that we do, there is a positive and a negative side.
right.
So definitely, if Auntie Rosalind was saying, she never said
I'm
of
25 years.
saying of any negative side, but I believe that there will be a negative
Negative
side
side.
that will affect. So I don't advise for the ladies coming up to practice such a thing. That's what I have to say.
Okay, thank you so
Our
much.
great grands and grands, were they taking all shots?
They were not.
Well, I can't say much about that, but
They
let me
were
say
not.
that we don't have enough time, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
Our time is exhausted. I wish we could go on and on and on, but I'll have to take your final opinions before we go. And so I'll start off with you, Nadu.
Okay, let me just speak to the old shots. I've learned a lot today. And I think that we should just be content with what we have. Stick to what God has given to you. Maybe you can work around it some way. You can take advice here and there. But there should be a side effect to everything. Today you are enjoying it. But have you thought about tomorrow? what it's going to cost you. So you can take the old shots today, have your orgasm go to 75%, 100%, it can even exceed to 105%. But there's going to be a time that you would sit down and regret doing it. You understand? So whatever we do today, we should think about the future, what it's going to cost us.
Right. Well spoken. Akuma?
Medase. What it says is, Medase. What it says is, you need to believe in yourself. With the old short, I will never ever advise anybody to go and do it. If you want to enjoy intimacy, there are exercises that you can do, that you have the energy. Okay? And make sure you meet the right person. If you want to follow everything that you see, you'll be digging your own grave, and very soon, nobody will see you again. Okay? So think before you move to do anything. Your life is yours.
Your life is definitely yours, Arabakumsin.
I'd like to talk about the hookups. I mean, they say that there's nothing new under the sun, but for every action, there's a consequence.
That's right.
There is a consequence. Whatever action or decision you take, there's always a consequence. So if you're looking at others and thinking that you want to emulate their lifestyle without knowing exactly how they got to the point that they got to, you will pay for it at a point in time.
Yeah.
Just do your bit, put in the work. I keep saying that it will pay off for you. It will take a while, but it will pay off for you. Young people don't have patience these days, and that's the problem. That's what I see a lot every day. But it's important to be patient. Patience is a virtue, and it will pay off for you.
But somebody
nicely in
asked
the
me
end.
to hook you up. Are you interested?
Excuse me?
Are you interested?
Excuse me?
There is a lot in it.
No, I'm
Abba, this is your last chance. Abba, it's the last chance.
I should say no.
Abba, say
Oh, I
yes.
should say yes.
Abba, say yes.
Never. That's the answer.
That's Arabakumsin for you. And what I'll say about what we've discussed, we've actually spoken about 3 different things. We spoke about the economy. Are we ever going to stop borrowing? Unfortunately, we cannot stop borrowing. The only thing that we can do is to try as much as possible to raise enough revenue in Ghana here so we can be able to pay off our expenses bit by bit. But until then, we can never stop borrowing. Another thing too we'll talk about is the hookup. Okay, so my thing is that don't be fooled by social media, ladies and gentlemen out there. Don't be fooled by social media. There's a high increment in HIV. If you don't know about HIV, if you haven't heard too much about it, or you've heard but you think there's antiretroviral, I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. Please try as much as possible to keep yourself, for your husbands, for your wives, stay well. This hookup thing is just, you know, for a time being, and you're just going to tarnish your image. Next is the old shot. In everything, there are consequences. Be careful what you decide on. But I want to say a very big thank you to our studio audience who joined us this evening. Thank you so much. You've been fantastic. We'll definitely have you back again next week. And I want to see most of you back here and you talking to us as well. Okay? And we want to say a very big thank you to Akuma. Meda. And of course, you know, I haven't been doing this alone. I've been doing this with a beautiful
Arabakumsin.
and...
Nadulino.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Onga. They have all the spices that you need, all the flavors. And when you go on the market, don't ask for any other spice. Now, Onga has the best. I cook with Onga, whether my stews or my soups or anything I'm preparing, it is Onga.
Jollof.
And my jollof, you know. So just go on to your go to the market and get your spices. Not just any spice, but Onga. Onga, Mama's helping hand. Lily. Thank you for watching the show today. We'll be back again next week. My name is Roslyn Felly. Bye.
Bye.